My name is Lizzie. This is Lizzie's Literary Life, and today we are doing my November Jigsaw TBR. So if you're new here, my Jigsaw TBR game is how I choose what I'm going to read each month. And I basically have a board with a bunch of prompts on it. I do a jigsaw puzzle, a Disney 500-piece jigsaw puzzle on top of that board, and whatever prompts are not covered by the end of the time limit, which is set by the roll of a... Why can't I pick this up? The roll of a die are books. I have to fill those prompts with books to read in that month. Now, if I complete my TBR in the previous month, then I get a reward, and I do that by flipping a coin. And guess what? It's the 28th today, and I finished my October TBR like 3 days ago. I've been done with my October TBR, so I'm killing it. So I get a reward, and the way rewards work are I flip a coin, this is a nickel, and if it's heads, then I get an extra 10 minutes on my time, and if it's tails, I get to double up and use one book for 2 prompts. So let's find out what reward I get. I just threw that, totally not on the board. Okay, try again. Heads. Extra 10 minutes on my time. Excellent. And for my time this month, I'm doing the same thing I did last month, where that was a cat running, where I roll the die. It's a 6-sided die, and I do the number on the die times 10 plus 30, and that's the number of minutes that I get for doing my puzzle. It used to be times 10 plus 20, but I'm busy because I'm in grad school, so and working 4 jobs. So we are going to do times 10 plus 30 again. And let's see what we get. We get a 4. So that's 4 times 10 is 40 plus 30 is 70 plus an extra 10 is 80. That is an hour and 20 minutes for my puzzle. We sped through this intro. Is there anything else I usually say in the intro? I'm not doing any readathons because I am too busy. I'm not really aware of readathons happening in November, honestly. I feel like October is such a huge month for readathons, and so is December maybe. So November is a little quieter. But yeah, I did the Lion King puzzle last month. So let's do this Mickey and Minnie one this month. 80 minutes. If I finish my puzzle in 80 minutes, which I don't think I will, but if I do, then I get a mood read month, and I will just tell you what I'm planning on reading. But 80 minutes, I'm going to put, the way this works, I put prompts on the board. There's going to be 16 prompts on the board. Here are my other prompts, and then I do the edge, not with the timer on, and then I start the timer and I do the middle of the puzzle for 80 minutes, and whatever I don't cover, I have to read books for. And that's how this works. And I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm excited for November. so we had lots of weird light, which I apologize for. And we have a clementine, and we had a pumpkin while I was doing the edge that was like, he was destructive. But here we are. I think I did pretty well for 80 minutes. I think I'm going to finish this really fast. If I had rolled a 6, I definitely would have finished it. And we're going to go for, my cord is in the way. We're going to go for 4 prompts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's pretty clear cut. I could say this one is covered, but I'm gonna say that it's not covered. So 4 prompts. This one is not stuck very well. TBR veteran. So for TBR vet, I went to my Storygraph TBR and sorted it by like date added from earliest to latest, and the earliest book on my TBR was The Secret Life of Bees, which I decided I did not want to read, and so I took it off my TBR. But the second earliest added was Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, and so I will be reading that. I don't know what it's about, just that it's a Jane Austen that I haven't read. I've read a lot of Jane Austen, but I kind of read them all in a row. Like, I listened to them on audio all in a row when I was like 16, and I don't remember them very much except for Pride and Prejudice and like Emma a little bit. They all blur together in my mind because I read them all in a row. But this one's one that I haven't read, Northanger Abbey, so I shall be reading it either on ebook or audio this month. It's a shorter one. I think the audio is only like 7 hours, so pretty quick. White cover. For white cover, I actually had kind of a hard time with this because I was scrolling through my Storygraph TBR, and the white books I was reading, like I was seeing, I just was like not in the mood for, or I couldn't find them at my library. But what I went with was The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, which is a thriller. It's about, I think, like some sort of mental health treatment facility where there's a patient who doesn't talk, and also probably thrillery things happen. I don't know. It's a thriller. I haven't read any Alex Michaelides before, so I am interested because people love this one, I think. Graphic novel. Graphic novel. If you saw my October wrap up, you'll know that I am terrible at reading graphic novels. I'm just bad at it. And they don't necessarily often interest me. I'm not someone who like seeks them out because I don't tend to enjoy them as much. But I did have a couple on my TBR, and the one I've gone with is 12% Dread by... I'll put the author's name on the screen because I can't remember. This, I think it's like millennial fiction. It's a really recent release. I haven't heard much about it, but it sounded good from one person I heard pitch it. I don't really remember what it's about, but it's about these like 2 friends or like roommates who are navigating the world as millennials in 2022. I don't know. It seemed good, so I'm gonna read that. And lowest rated. And for lowest rated, Storygraph doesn't do sort by rating, which is really annoying. So I had to go to Goodreads, which is not up to date. Like, not all of my books, my recently added books. Because I started using Storygraph, I think last year, actually. So, like, there's a whole year of books that are just not on there that I've added to my want to read. But of the books that were on my Goodreads want to read, I think it was the 3rd lowest rated, was Gingerbread by Helen Oyemi. Now, I've actually heard really good things about this. It had like a 3.06 or something rating. So it wasn't in the 2s, but I guess people don't like it. I've heard it's weird, but the like 2 people who I like know or trust that have talked about it really liked it. They said it was weird but good. And I got this at a used bookstore recently, and I'm really excited to read it. So Gingerbread by Helen Amy. I don't really know what it's about, except that it like centers around like a mother-daughter relationship and something about a gingerbread recipe. But yeah, I'm excited about this one. And that's it. Only 4 books on my TBR. Now, I didn't get any of my like current library loans or upcoming holds on this list because the prompts didn't fit. So I have a bunch of other stuff I'm going to be reading this month as well, but only 4 TBR reads. So that comes to a total of 1,029 pages, which averages out to 41.97 pages per day, which is so doable. Like my average so far this year is like 150 pages per day. So even though I like have like 6 or 7 other books that are upcoming holds or current loans from the library that I'm going to have to read anyway, I'm totally confident that I will get these 4 read. And one of those is a graphic novel, so it'll go faster, probably too fast, and I won't pay attention, but, you know, that's just how I am. So, yeah, very exciting. That's all I have to say, I guess. What else is going on in my life? This is going to be a short video. I'm just, like, busy living life, you know? You know? It's going to be November. It's crazy that it's going to be November. I can't believe it's almost the end of 2022. That's wild. And I'm like, I graduate. Well, I'm in a 1-year master's program. So I started this year and I graduate next year. And it's like crazy that in just, you know, makes like 6 months, 6 or 7 months, I'll be done with school with being a student forever. Maybe. That's like crazy to me. Yeah. That's all I have to say. I hope you all are well. Look out. I always say, like, look out for my wrap-up coming soon, and then it's always, like, 4 weeks late. But look out for my wrap-up coming soon. And I also have another vlog that I filmed over the summer that I really want to edit and put it up, so I will maybe do that this month. And, yeah. Leave a comment telling me how your life has been lately. And like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye!